They told you it was the future. $80,000 for an electric truck that would save you money, save the planet, and never need a gas station again. Now watch the same people who bought them line up to get rid of them. Because once you actually use an electric truck like a truck, the whole thing falls apart. And the numbers behind it are worse than anyone admits. Before we start, if you're tired of being sold a fantasy by the car industry, do me a favor and hit like and subscribe. Free to you, huge for the channel. All right, let's get into it.
My EV charging nightmare. So, as you all know, I've just bought an electric vehicle. I'm 2 days or a day and a half, should I say. My battery is just over half, and so I thought this would be the right time to try and charge my vehicle. So I don't have a home EV charging, which everyone has said and warned me that that's crazy because it becomes more of a challenge. But I do have an EV charging, I don't know what you call them, station or whatever, literally, I would say not 500, 1,000 yards, if that, maybe 500 from where I live. So I've come and there's literally a queue. There's a queue. So I'm going to go somewhere else. But I'm just imagining if my battery was much lower, I'm in a rush, I've got the kids, and I'm trying to charge my car, what a nightmare that would be. Yeah, so already, like the first thing I'm learning is make sure your battery does not go below 50% because you don't want to be in any problems.
Let's see how she tows. So we are headed down the road with the Lightning. We are doing a 55 mile per hour range test to see what it does. See, Airstream's back there. She's a 30-foot flying cloud Airstream. So far, about halfway through the trip, we're at 1.2 miles per kilowatt hour at 55 miles an hour. Here's a little bit of our usage. All right, we ended with the 1.2 miles per kilowatt hour. So what does that mean?
Roughly 150 miles.
Yeah, so roughly about the same as the Rivian, if you're curious on that comparison. But it looks like we can do the same types of trips. We should be able to get to the next charger down the road, but looks like about 150 miles if you're towing at least a 30-foot Airstream. Yeah. With the Lightning.
This is a PSA for anybody considering getting an electric vehicle. Don't. Just don't. That's all I can say. Dumbest shit I've ever done. Worst decision I've ever made. Be $1,500 a month for a car that I can't drive because I'm never fucking charged. Because this is modern day Hunger Games. This is Hunger Games. You have to wait for 2 hours to get a charge. People are quite literally fighting at chargers. They're always broken. The infrastructure for these cars is non-existent. I would rather pay $200 for a tank of gas than to ever have to waste my time doing what I'm doing right now. I want to file a class action. I think we should all get together and sue these motherfuckers. I'm suing everybody. Suing everybody. Electrify America, ChargePoint, Mercedes, Elon, just because he's weird. Fuck all you guys. Give me gas. Let's go back to the normal times. Don't get an electric vehicle.
That's why we had to return to the car. It said, you'll have a full charge by 9 a.m. I thought, great, that's exactly when we want to leave tomorrow morning. Perfect. But I didn't realize that it said not the next morning, but the next morning at 9 a.m. We would have gotten out there, the car would have been at like 60 miles of charge, which is really common with electric charging stations. Sometimes they're not putting out the power that they're rated for and that they're expected to. That happens all the time and is so important with EV ownership. Tesla does it so great. As soon as you plug in, it'll pop up full screen on the screen, what kind of charge you're getting, when it'll be done, and even more details.
Miles per hour, I love that. Had we saw simply miles per hour, we would have known. It would have showed like 2. That night we plugged it at the hotel rather than 22. You know, like something as simple as that. Definitely one of our biggest problems road tripping this car 1,500 miles is the lack of charging information. So that's definitely number one, and you already hit on number 2. You don't know when the car's on and off, and how a Tesla, you just leave the car and it turns itself off. We really think all EVs should be like that. we're getting more and more used to the power button. With the Mach-E, about 9 times out of 10, we'd forget to turn it off. This one's about 50%. It's still annoying. We get why it's there. Okay, a normal car, you have to turn off. It's not that big of a deal. But like with an EV, we're so used to Teslas just walking away. Beautiful. So we kind of wish it was like that. That's number 2. Number 3, speaking of putting it in park and stuff, when you put this car in park and you walk away or you're on driveway or something, when you let off the brake, it feels like a torque converter. You literally roll a foot. Whereas with the Tesla, the second you go into park, it sets the parking brake, so you're rock solid. You stay there. But with this, you kind of feel the truck rock.
You put it in park, you come off the brake pedal, and you start rolling again. You think that, oh shoot, I didn't put it in park. EVs will start to roll and it'll be totally silent. And I totally thought that I was pulling away sometimes. Just that simple torque converter, putting in the parking tang and rolling a few inches until it locks and sets.
Yeah.
It's a thing that other people are used to, but once you become an EV driver, it'll really throw you off.
None of our EVs are like that, so kind of a small thing, but it is definitely number 3 on the list.
Disc gear selector in general, it seems like, oh, this super cool feature. Why doesn't everybody do it like that?
Honestly, a lot of people would think this is one of the cool things about the truck, how this can fold down with a button, and then you can open this to have this big workspace. And honestly, this is really nice to work on your laptop, all that.
Even though we never used it our entire 1500
Okay,
miles.
all right, we did never use it. It's not available on the base model, which is kind of weird. But anyway, number 4 thing we dislike is the whole Prindle assembly. Like, this thing is so big and bulky. All the new cars nowadays have a little knob you turn. Even the Mach-E was a tiny little knob the size of a silver dollar that you spin. Okay, kind of cool. Our Porsche Taycan, it's a little knob right here, down for drive, up for reverse, and there's a park button right below it. Simple. It takes up this much room out of the way behind the steering wheel. It doesn't look cluttered, but this, are you kidding me? This looks like it's straight out of like 2005. And I get it's the nostalgia thing. People want a big shifter to feel like they're in a big truck, yeehaw, but like, it just takes up room. You could have gotten rid of it, and then you would have plenty of workspace. You wouldn't even need this whole contraption, and it would really tidy up the look up here.
And then it's not even that solid anyway for being a anchor of a unit right there.
It is nice that it has the wireless charging, but it's a little...
Big news out of GM. If you own a 19 to 24 GM pickup, this might affect you. So General Motors is recalling a ton of vehicles due to a fault in the brake pressure sensor assembly that could cause fluid to leak, increasing the risk of fire, according to the NHTSA, which was announced on Thursday. So what is happening is a fault in the brake pressure sensor assembly can cause brake fluid to leak beyond the seal into the pressure switch. The fluid could seep into the electrical components, increasing the risk of an electrical short. Now, what that means is that the electrical short can generate an excess amount of heat, leading to an underhood fire. Unfortunately, a fire may occur even if the vehicle is not in use. Currently, GM is unaware of any accidents or injuries related to this recall, and the recall number is 25V390, and it covers certain 2019 through 2024 Chevy Silverado medium duty 4500, 5500, and 6500 heavy duty pickup trucks. Now, this issue might present itself with a brake light indicator, maybe on your dash. Expect to be notified by General Motors around July 28th is when they're saying the mail will go out. So please drop a comment. How do you feel about this, GM? Another recall, another issue with a pickup truck. Is this an issue? Is it not an issue? It's not a ton of vehicles affected, but you know, obviously it's a big concern. Please follow for more updates.
Never get an electric vehicle, and I'm going to tell you why, because I have one, so I can speak from experience. First of all, I don't get to go to gas stations anymore, which is so disappointing because I really loved visiting the gas station. I don't get to pay for gas anymore, which, you know, is just such a shame because I'm really missing out on this ample opportunity to spend $7 a gallon in California. Also, I don't have to slam on my brakes as hard to stop anymore, so I'm also not going to have to go get my brakes changed as often, which is such a shame because I was really looking forward to spending several $100s changing my brakes. I don't get to go get oil changes anymore.
You want to see what's cool? Is this electric car that the dealership gave me as a loaner car. Only had 10 miles on it. So, check this out. Like a spaceship almost. Now I'm going to open it. And hopefully I won't cause problems with the charge. Okay, let's hope this baby, I didn't jinx it, because, well, this thing is fickle. Oh, of course. Your battery cannot charge it this time. Probably because I unplugged it. It doesn't like that. Alright, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to pull it out and put it back in again. See, I didn't know this the first day I got it. And so I put my charger in, I put this in, and I didn't make sure that it was actually charging. And let's see if we got it now. Do we have success now? Oh, you can't go anywhere on 42 miles. Oh my God. Yeah, really? And after spending 5 or 10 minutes trying to get this to go, to get it plugged in just right, it's so finicky. This is how long it's going to take for my car to charge. So yeah, I could drive Friday. I mean, at full capacity. I mean, I could drive before then. So I went to the charging station over by Target, and I decided to go shopping in Target. And I was in there for about an hour and a half, just taking my good old time, because I'm thinking the fast charger is going to get me more. I was at 19 miles when I pulled into Target with 5% battery life. When I left Target, it brought me up to 13%, 45 miles. So it gave me an additional 16 miles for an hour and a half of fast charging at Target. Yeah. And this, I'm sure I can get faster charging if I would plug it into a special outlet, but I don't have one of those. So this is insane. Crazy insane.
This is the only electric vehicle charging spot in a very, very, very long distance. It started charging already. I guess I was expecting a better charge rate. It's 174 miles an hour. That's okay. Like, where are these ultra fast chargers that people are talking about? And this is where the Teslas truly shine. You know, you could go to a supercharger and be done in a matter of minutes, and this is going to take a while. It's been literally 5 minutes, and it's $9, and I have 3 hours left. How much is this going to cost me after 3 hours? This vehicle is at 27%, and it's $23. Am I missing something? Is there a setting I'm supposed to change on this to make it not do that? This is going to cost me damn near $75 to fill this thing up. I was under the impression that EVs were supposed to be better than their gas counterparts. I love this truck so much, I don't even care. But do not buy one of these pickup trucks, these electric pickup trucks, thinking you're gonna end up saving money. This cost me $77 total. It thinks it added 340 miles of range. It did not. 249 miles.
Tesla issues stop sale on Cybertruck due to glue delamination.
Putting this quick one out here, Land Rover Discovery Sport. Oh my god, what a car. It absolutely tests your patience, I swear to goodness. I've had my car since November 20 however many, year and a half ago, whatever date that was, and I have had nothing but problems with it since the day that I got it. Now I can't get the electric part to charge at all. I thought it was maybe my own at-home charger that wasn't working, and I've just gone to a garage one and it is not working at all. It's just getting an error message. I've literally had the whole electric battery thing replaced by Land Rover. And I've spent thousands on the repairs, and only reason I'm putting this out here is because I know that so many other people have had issues with Land Rover, and particularly Land Rover Discovery Sport. So if anybody knows how to fix the electric so that it actually charges, if you could share that, that would be delightful. And Land Rover Newbridge, if you're watching, I will be in touch on Monday.
I've been reviewing the 2025 Chevrolet Silverado EV LT all week, and here's a few things I do not like about this truck. Wireless charger location. Now, if I have a bottle, it basically renders my device really inaccessible, especially if you have somebody else with that tall Stanley. If you have a girlfriend that has that stupid Stanley bottle like I do, it basically I have to knock everything over and then I can access my cell phone. It's also a little bit loose in there. It can definitely move around. So definitely not the best wireless charger. I don't know why they didn't go with the traditional one that was like a slit right underneath the armrest. I'm also going to add number 3 to the list is the fact that you cannot have wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You have to just download your apps straight onto the vehicle. Now, for me as an Android user, that's not too much of a big deal because the car basically becomes my cell phone. All the apps on it and everything just goes on there. But if you're an Apple user like my wife is, this is probably not going to be your first choice just for that reason. Number 4 is going to be the onboard computer prediction. Now, it says right here, 82 kilometers, 82% battery, 566 kilometers of range. But I know from driving this car all week that at 100% battery is going to give me 500 and about 60 kilometers of range in these temperatures. I know it because I've tried it. I tested it, and it's going to give me 560 kilometers of range at 100%. So don't BS me by telling me at 82%, I'm going to get that. So for that one, the Ford F-150 Lightning is actually way more accurate than the Chevrolet Silverado EV onboard computer. Lastly, before it goes too dark, I just want to say that although these are things I don't like about it, some of them are kind of like very borderline, but I absolutely love the Chevrolet Silverado EV. And the thing is, the last one, the 5th one, will be the price. Now, I was testing the Ford Lightning Flash trim, and that one was at $73,000 Canadian. Granted, its range was a lot less, like almost 200 kilometers less. When you're talking about with weather increments and everything, the Chevrolet does better in the cold than the Lightning. But the fact that this starts at $85,000 and as shown here is $97,000, I find that's a little bit steep. I would definitely enjoy a $10,000 discount like Ford is currently putting on. So let's get it, Chevy. Let's put some discounts on it and maybe I'll buy it.
This is a brand new Hummer EV, and it's got the largest battery. You can buy 250 kilowatt hours of battery in this truck. Now, it's Sunday morning, and let's see how long it takes to charge it just using the truck's charger and plugging it into a standard wall outlet. So I've got the charger, I've got the plug, and keep in mind, it's Sunday morning. So let's plug her in, and let's see what the truck says about how long it will take to charge. Time to complete charge, Friday at 8:30 a.m. And range increase is 1 mile per hour. And that's what happens when you try to charge the largest battery truck using a 120 outlet. Of course, you could have a level 2 or a fast charger, which will make it a lot quicker.
My truck might look really nice and expensive, but I'm here to tell you it's the biggest piece of shit I've ever owned in my life. And also the most expensive, funny enough. It's just a warning to all those women and men that want to buy like the Denali's and the Suburbans and everything else. They have the same transmission as my truck. This is a 2019 GMC Sierra Texas Edition. Transmission went out at 80,000 miles. Hey, was past my warranty, so that's cool. Fast forward, we're now at 91,000 miles and it's going out again. It means in the last 6 months, by the time I go take it to the shop to get like diagnosed and have to go through the whole process of getting a new transmission again, I will have replaced the transmission twice. Explain this to me, GMC. How are you going to charge people this much money and you have not done anything to your powertrain in years? And statistically, people are going through transmissions left and right. Want to talk about a money racket? That. In these bougie ass vehicles that are super nice on the inside, but their drivetrain is shit. And also, funny enough, it's actually worth less than what I owe on it, so I'm stuck with it. I'm stuck with this thing. She's pretty. Runs like shit, though.
The Hummer's the problem. The charge stations are the problem. I have no idea. Fairly easy. We just increased our range to 98 miles after waiting around for 45 minutes. But the real question, how much did it cost? I am actually in shock right now. We just sat here for 41 minutes. It cost me $19.80, and we added an additional 64 miles for $20. It is more expensive to charge an EV, plus we had to sit here for 41 minutes. It's a scam. The whole thing is a scam.